already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did.
Playing skills.
Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, all on the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip.
Coach, just a beautiful fall night for football here in the Northeast as we are inside Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
Set. 60 outlaw. Topper.
They go play action here on first down. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And finally he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. A huge play there right off the bat. 63 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So from their own 20 all the way to the red zone now. A chance to capitalize on first and 10. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. Now they have a first down and more. It's a nice pickup of 12 yards, and it gives them a first and goal. A tough run by Ezekiel Elliott, the 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft.
If you watch tape of him in college, you saw plenty of those runs because I know the highlights showed him in the open field breaking away from people, but that's how he wore down defenses, those exact type of runs.
Here we go. 8, read. Let's go, baby. They turn up. Let's get that ball.
And now the Bills are going to stop it as they call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Ready. Mike, 49. Watch the screen.
Now Elliott. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Second and goal from the 1. They'll go with the keeper. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. It's their quarterback, keeping it himself from a yard out. And the Patriots drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Michael Badgley on for the extra point. And he gets it to make it 7-0 Patriots. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They'll run with Taylor. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
A good run got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Play action. Now it's Allen. Being chased out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. And they do finally get him, but he takes it to the 25. A big play here for the Bills. 47 yards. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
You got tight. You got tight right there. Alert!
On 2nd down and 4. Allen nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Charles, a little bit of feast or famine on this drive. They moved the ball okay, but they've been sacked twice now.
And they've got to figure out how to plug that leak a little bit, right? Keep them away from the quarterback because when he's not being hit, as you mentioned, they're moving the ball well.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
We want it. Come to my work. On 52.
On 3rd and long, it's Allen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Ron Williams. Oh, no doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Hey, here we go. Blue draw quarter. Let's go. He's checking. Let's go.
They'll start the drive with Elliott. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And that run there does nothing but juice up the guys who are moving the football. I mean, if you're an offensive lineman, people running it, actually the guy calling plays, you're almost jumping up and down in jubilation, aren't you?
And now you've got options on 2nd down.
And big-time options. You might want to think about play action and try and get something cheap right here over the top.
Only a yard on the pickup, so from a good situation on 2nd and 2, it's now 3rd and 1.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Ready?
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He finds Coleman. And they're going to get the first down here across the 15-yard line. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Hey, lock it. Switch.
1st and 10.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Check. 22 jet bomber. 22 jet bomber. 36. They
stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Break.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Everyone go forward. Come on, set. 70, Indy. Game situation, let's go. 5. 58, come on. Watch the backer. 58 to Mike, 58. Shoot.
On 3rd down, Clifford. And that will be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football and now zapped right back in the other direction. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. White now to return. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing.
Interestingly, that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. So the shotgun snap to Allen. He's got his man, Boyd. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
On 1st down, Allen. And he's got his man on the out route. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
That 1st down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7. Now Allen again. Screenplay, Johnson. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with. But it's 2nd down. Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10.
You better break. Let me know right now. You better break.
Allen now going to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play his own defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
To throw on 3rd down. Allen. He gets this one to Boyd. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Tyler Boyd, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Lutz with the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
It's caught inside the 25. So because of the yards after the catch, they'll wisely decline the PI.
Yeah, since it was pass interference, they would have gotten the yardage at the spot of the foul. But as you correctly noted, a little bit of run after catch for them. That extra yardage made it easy to decline the penalty.
Danny. Watch the safety creep. Slam.
After the penalty, it's Elliott. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard.
Check 99. Check 99.
They'll try the right side with Elliott. Now a flag comes in from the umpire after a gain of about 4. And this looks like it's going to be holding. That hold coming from the middle of the line, the center.
And it's difficult for him because sometimes you've got people right over you, and as soon as you snap it, trying to get your hands up and block them, you can be a little bit late getting it done.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. From the gun, Clifford. Jones has it. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Elliott running right. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 8-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he's going to pull his way down to about the 1-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
3rd and 1.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he is in. Touchdown, New England. Ezekiel Elliott, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots have taken the lead. Able to punch it in on 3rd down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And he's got it. It's now a 14-7 ball game. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
That's it, baby. We got
first and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Throwing on first down is Allen. Over the middle, it's complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On second down, it's Taylor, and he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Allen again here on second and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. He completes it to Boyd. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Tyler Boyd with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
On the ready.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. There was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Look, squeeze. Kill. Yep. Check three. Go.
2nd and 5. Catch is made by Harry. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big gainer there on the catch and run, 37 yards.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
10-2 stop. 58 right there. Go. Hey, 58 is a mic. Go. Watch the screen. 6-6. Pull it high. Watch.
Shoot. Off the play fake. Clifford. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The Patriots will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Hey, team 6. 58 for Mike. 58 for Mike. Get it.
Looking to throw. Clifford. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. N'Keal Harry in the final seconds of the first half as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And the lead is now 21-14. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away.
The Bills take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. And remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
Lutz good on the extra point. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
We played to win. Let's go.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle.
Motion, 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 motion. Mike, 53.
Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So, Charles, tie game here. What are your keys as we continue to play this second half?
I know people think it's always trite when you say the same things over and over, but they're tried and true in the game of football. Who's going to block better? Who's going to tackle better? In this case, to me, it's turnovers. You've got to take care of the football in order to win the game.
Allen going to throw. Airing one out for Boyd. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go, fellas.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He completes it to Jones. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. That one goes for 24 yards.
First down, Bills.
Allen now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10.
Mike, 53. 53. Mike. Check. Check hot route.
Operating from the gun. Allen nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
There goes a deep ball, end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey. 4 down.
Throwing now is Allen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 18-yard line.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
I'm coming after you.
2nd and 4. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Set. 18 Gators. 58 right there. I'm all set. Greystone, travel. Give me that ball. Give me that ball, defense. Hey, Zoo. Snap.
On third down, Clifford. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. Well, you won't hear any boos from this home crowd on that call.
No, not at all, and it's been a long day for this crowd. Waiting for this game. It's been a long evening as well. Finally, they feel they got a call.
Throwing on first down, Clifford, and it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
A good down to possibly take a shot, and in fact, they'll come up with an empty backfield on 2nd and inches. Second down and inches. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Will Fuller was the intended target, and it's third down. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. An incomplete pass on second down leads us to 3rd and inches.
Kill. Pilot, 64, weak. Bravo.
From the gun, Clifford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they dial up the blitz on 3rd and inches. It pays off.
And frankly, they were probably dialing up a run blitz, expecting him to run it in that situation. But instead, they end up backing the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one goes angling out of bounds, and it will be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Allen now looks to throw. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And they're going to face a 3rd down.
Mike. 53, Mike. All day, yo. 25, check 25, check 25. Regular.
To throw, it's Allen. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. Allen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Now Taylor. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. To say they've kept him under wraps running the football, that's an understatement. He's been completely neutralized.
Yeah, they've essentially taken him out of the game, haven't they? And you know, all the teams say, we're not going to let him beat us. Well, that's exactly what's happened here. They've lived up to that.
Mike's 49. Mike's 49. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant. 49 to Mike.
On 2nd and 12, Allen. And he's going to lose yardage here, as they will switch ends as time is run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Foxborough. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. So after the sack, Allen and the Bills with work to do on 3rd and long.
Alert, alert, alert. 40. Check, check.
Now Allen throwing on 3rd and long. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. New England with a 1st down as they begin the drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Hey, orbit.
Operating from the gun. Clifford. Got a man open. That's Harry. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a 1st down due to the previous penalty. I'll tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the 22, here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this is going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and a Bills touchdown. In a tie game 4th quarter, that's about as big of a defensive play as you can possibly make.
And it didn't happen by accident. That was scouting right there. They've seen things that have happened before. They knew in certain situations the type of plays they like to run, read it, and were able to go after the football, get it, and take it into the end zone for a touchdown for themselves.
Lutz with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Pats at the line, ready to go.
It's just me and you. Look at me. Go, shoot.
Throwing after the interception. Clifford. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Clifford. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sheldon Rankins breaking through to get him to the ground. It's a loss of 7. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? I mean, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Looking for Campbell downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. What a play that turns out to be. 36 yards.
Ready, break.
First and 10 at the 46
Hey,
yard line.
high 7. Come, 5.
From the gun, Clifford. Looking left side, and it's complete. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A good pickup there, 21 yards. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. This is Elliott. And give him about 3 as he gets it down to the 22-yard line.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Here's a 2nd and 7. This is caught. And a nice gain at 21 yards.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Back at the 2 now, here's 2nd and goal. They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Ezekiel Elliott, his 2nd touchdown of the night, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Here's Allen to throw it. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Tyler Boyd, the former Pitt Panther, was the target. But now it's 3rd down.
I guess they figure with a guy who is that hot downfield, who knows how to get the ball into the end zone, you throw it up and give him every opportunity, even though that one fell incomplete.
Yeah, he's already been in the end zone multiple times, trying to target him again deep there, but unsuccessful. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Looking downfield for Jones. He's got a man complete. 20, 10, and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. A big play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. And it's no good. Well, that could be a critical miss here in a one-score game in the 4th. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They start on the ground with Elliott. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And finding the tight end Hooper. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there and a New England first down. This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Elliott. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be 2nd and 11. He'll look to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining.
1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's make these babies cry all the way, man.
They'll look to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10.
Hey, Alpha.
Back to throw. That's going to be caught. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. N'Keal Harry with time running out, as they are now an extra point away from perhaps stealing one here in the final minute. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. So they're not home yet. Still a critical extra point here to break the tie. And they have got the lead. Following the touchdown, Badgley out there to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. A good pickup there, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Here we go.
To throw is Allen. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Motion. Boy.
He's back to throw. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. First down carry here for Johnson. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now the timeout will be called, so they're in field goal range with 3 seconds left. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. With 3 seconds to go, this for the win. And that is no good. Wide to the right. And this score will stay right where it is. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win. Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game. So for the Pats, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for the Bills, things are definitely going south quickly as they fall now to 1-6. And they'll get an extra week to think about it as the midseason bye might be coming at just the right time. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.